that we have to have action, right? We have to have faith without works is dead. So we have to take action steps as well. What's good, y'all? It's Janelle Renee. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. If it's your first time here, go ahead and subscribe. This is a channel where lifestyle and faith collide. If you're looking for a dose of faith, you're definitely in the right place. All right, y'all. And so with that being said, let me jump into this message that God placed on my heart. The other morning, I was actually out walking. I was on my worship walk, and I just heard God so clearly say, a lot of his people are having fake faith. He's like, stop having fake faith. And I was like, God, what do you mean by that? Right. And he's like, a lot of people, they have a lot of faith talk, but there's no walk behind their talk. There's no walk at all to follow up that talk. And so, yes, the Bible does tell us to, to speak those things that be not as if they are, as if they were. So it's like you have to have faith talk, yes, to some degree. But the Bible also tells us that we have to have action, right? We have to have faith without works is dead. So we have to take action steps as well. We can't just say that we're believing God for something, but we're not actually we're not doing our part. We're not taking the action steps. We're not stepping out and having the faith walk behind our faith talk. And so God gave me this analogy, and he gave me this example, like someone saying that they want to lose weight. They want to lose weight. They want to have this ideal body. They want to be a certain amount of pounds. However, they're not doing their part. They're not exercising their faith muscle. Faith is a muscle. And so you have to be able to flex that faith muscle, right? You have to be able to work that faith muscle. Faith, it has to be built upon, right? It has to be exercised. Like the Bible tells us in Romans 1:17 that the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith. We have to have faith. Take those baby steps of faith. You start lifting small weights. Maybe you start with 5 pounds, and then by next month, you're up to 15 pounds. The month after that, you're up to 30 pounds. Like you're lifting, and faith is a muscle. The more and more you walk with God, the more your faith is stretched, and the more you're believing God for more, right? And faith is a gift, really and truly. But the more we exercise the gift that he gives us, is the more he can give us, right? The glory of God is revealed from faith to faith. And so with that being said, exercise that faith muscle. Don't just have the talk without the walk. Don't think that you're going to have this ideal body, but you're not dieting. You're not watching what you're eating. You're still eating donuts. You're still eating junk, and you're not exercising that faith. You're not walking in faith, right? Let me tell you, God just be coming with the analogies. All right. And so that was just one analogy that he gave me. And then he also brought me back into remembrance of a time a few years ago when my husband and I were purchasing our first home. I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. It was my husband and I with our son living in a 2-bedroom apartment. And we knew that we had to get somewhere bigger. We needed a bigger space to welcome our baby girl into the world. And so what did I have to do? I was believing God for a house, right? But I had to do my part. I had to stop the excessive spending, the eating out, the shopping online, just spending here and there without really taking into consideration where my money was going. I had to just become better with budgeting. I had to become better with saving. I had to, work some overtime hours just to have extra income coming in, right? For the down payment. Whatever. I didn't have much debt, but the little bit of credit cards that I had, I just paid them off so that I was like, my credit was stellar, excellent, and those were just the steps that I had to do. I had to do my part. We had to go out with the realtor and look at properties to see where we wanted to be, where we wanted to live, do research for like the school systems and do our part, do our part. And what we did in the natural was met by God super, right? And God was able to move supernaturally in our lives. And by the glory of God, we were able to close on our first property. Like I was 8 months pregnant. but we closed before the baby got here, because of course it was a season where my faith was really being stretched, because I really wanted to be in a home before my baby girl got here, and God made it happen. I was big belly pregnant, 8 months, and we closed, and I was so excited, so happy. But God came through. But why? Because we did our part. We took the action steps behind what we were believing God for. We actually did our part as well. And so the Bible tells us in James 2:17-18, it says, thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. But someone will say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. So God is saying here in through James that we have to have the action steps behind our faith talk, right? We have to have that faith walk behind our faith talk. We have to exercise our faith muscle. We have to have those works behind our faith, right? We have to show God our faith by our works. When God sees that we're actually doing our part and doing our part for what we're believing him for, he will then step in and do his part. And so I just pray that this quick message really resonates with your heart and just, encourages you. And I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you guys in the next video, God willing. I love y'all. Peace.